Hello, Jen here with the layout for the Off the Board series. This is a series that Crystal from Pineapple Papers is doing for the month of July, where she's looking through all the pins that she's been pinning onto her Pinterest boards over the last few years and picking a few of them to use as inspiration for some projects this month. So she's actually doing 30 days of Pinterest projects. So I think most of them are going to be layouts, and she's picking sketches and techniques and all those different fun things that she's been pinning over the last few years, and she's actually going to do them. So a few of us are going to be joining her throughout the month because we don't want to let her have all the fun, right? So I can't do 30 days. Man, I wish I could commit to 30 days. That's so cool. You're going to have to go and check out her channel because that's so much work that she's putting in, and I bet all of her projects are going to be amazing. I've already seen the first week or so of them, and yeah, she's nailing this. So her link is down below. Definitely go and check it out. My first project that I'm going to do is I'm using that pin that you see in the corner that I showed you from my phone. I've had that pin for a while, and it's mixed media tags using Tim Holtz's Distress Oxides. So I love my Distress Oxides. I use them all the time. I love to do splatters and the smushing technique on backgrounds to my layouts. But this time I wanted to try something a little bit different, and I'm working hard to finish my Traveler's Notebook inserts from last year. So I wanted to do a Traveler's Notebook layout, and I normally don't do a ton of mixed media in my Traveler's Notebooks because honestly the papers are really thin. I don't have any watercolor papers in mine, so the papers are really thin and they just get really wrinkled, and it can be a bit of a mess. So I tend to stay away from mixed media. But the other day, my friend Mandy posted on her Instagram a layout that she did using tags, and I thought they were so gorgeous. So when I was flipping through my Pinterest and I came across these tags that I had pinned a while ago, I thought, that's it. I can combine my mixed media and that tag layout from Mandy and also get to do a Traveler's Notebook insert layout. So win-win-win. I'm checking off all the ticks here. So basically, I will leave the link for that Pinterest or for that pin as well so you can see it. But basically, it's just a little tutorial on all the different things that you can do with Distress Oxides. And the fun thing about them is that they layer really, really well. So when you're using them, I did the most simple technique that you could ever do, which is basically just take your ink pad, smush it onto your Teflon mat, or you could smush it onto a jelly press, or you could smush it onto some packaging. If you want to do the smushing technique, you could do a ceramic plate, whatever you have, whatever surface you use for your mixed media. You're just going to smush your ink pad right onto it, give it a spritz of water, and then dunk that tag. So you can see I didn't really dunk every tag so that the entire thing was filled with color. I used my fingers to kind of manipulate where the color was going to be concentrated. And I started with the lighter colors and kind of added a little bit darker each time, just because it's harder to go back and add lighter on top of darker. But in between each of the colors, you want to give it just a second to dry. And that's the trick to getting the colors to layer instead of blending all together. So I only did this for one of the colors, that Evergreen Bough. I wanted that one to mix a little bit with the blues and the pinks because I wanted to get some graying, and that just matches my daughter's sweatshirt. But all the other colors, I made sure that they were dry, and just dry to the touch, not perfectly 100% dry, just, a few minutes. By the time I got through all 8 of the tags, the first one was dry enough for me to start the new color, and that gives you the layered effect. And then once that was done and it was Again, they were all dry to the touch. I sprinkled them with some water, and then I just used a serviette to take the moisture off of those water droplets, and that gives you that really fun kind of faded mottled look from the water droplets. And you can do that as many times as you want to get the look that you want. So I did some really big drops, and then I also took my little spritzer and I sprayed it, like almost sprayed the tags completely, and then just picked up little bits of color with the serviette, and so it really built a lot of texture and a lot of fun. And then the last thing I did was I used a little bit of that Shimmers, just that little paint pot that I have there. It's a very almost clear, it shows up kind of icy white on dark backgrounds, but on the tags it's pretty much clear, but it just adds a little bit of shimmer, because that's the one thing that I find about the Distress Oxides is that they dry very flat. They're very matte and flat and almost have a chalky-like finish to them. So I like adding a little bit of shimmer. So once those were all dry, I inked the edges with some blue just to kind of let them pop a little bit off of the white background of the Traveler's Notebook. And then I can put my pictures down and embellish. So I just cut up my pictures so that there's one in each of the tags. I didn't pay attention to cutting them all the right size. When I printed them as a collage, only 4 of them were the same size, so it didn't really matter to me. I just cut them all up, and whichever ones fit on each tag, that's what I went for. And then I'm using the Wild Child Girl collection from Pink Paisley to do some embellishing, because the colors just match perfect. There's pinks and blues and purples, and my daughter is these are just some random photos of her before dance class being goofy in the parking lot as she was walking to the door. I always tell her that she has to be relaxed when she's at dance, and she has to show them her true self, and she has anxiety, so that's sometimes hard to do even when it's in a place that she considers her second home. But in the parking lot, she always does these really silly, goofy faces and stuff like that. So I grabbed a bunch of pictures. And I think this collection is it's cute, right? It's just cute, and you'll have to excuse the kitten is playing with a toy on the floor while I'm doing this. But yeah, it's just a cute, fun collection. I love that little penguin that's dancing, and the little panda bear has a hula hoop, and so she kind of looks like she's dancing too. And oops, I knocked sorry about that. I knocked my tripod while I was grabbing these stickers. I wanted to add some more of that cool kind of, I don't know what it is, it's like metallic blue. I only had one piece of, or I guess no, I had 2 pieces of ephemera that had that metallic blue in them, so I grabbed the sticker sheets so that I could add a little bit of that in other places as well. And that's kind of it. I mean, it's such a simple and easy layout. This definitely doesn't look anything like Mandy's. Mandy's is so pretty, and everything is lined up nicely, and everything's the same size, and she did such an amazing job. And of course mine is more Jen-like. It's all wonky, and they're different sizes, and nothing's measured, but I feel like this is definitely my personality. But I do think I will try this design layout again with the tags and also the mixed media, because this was so much fun. I hope you guys give it a try. If you have any questions, leave them for me down below. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Be sure to check out Crystal's link down below as well, because her stuff is going to be amazing. Until next time, happy scrapping. Bye!